Mike, 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 check. Okay. Mike, check. Mike, check. Mike, check. Let's make sure my mic was working. What's going on, good people? No. Make sure we're not muting anything. Yeah. Can y'all hear me? We good? Check my settings. For some reason, I was recording this yesterday and we didn't have no sound at all. I did a late night. I was up probably like at 1 a.m. starting this joint. 1 a.m. Gotta make sure the mic working. Need to be a little louder. Make sure y'all can hear me out there. It's Tuesday, peoples. We go try this thing again. I need y'all to start locking in with me. Just about to start talking my ish. News, current events. This is Intellect News Network. Durk, DJ, Darian, whatever you want to call me. I go by Doug. I just want to tap in with a few topics today. Intellect News Network. Just getting in. Want to share my opinion, my thoughts on some of these conversations going on around the world right now. A couple of these distractions they got going on. I ain't gonna make it politic heavy, but the midterms coming up. Take with that and do it as you will. I say start locally. It's your government if you want to make an impact, but just pay attention. What's going on in your community and things change daily, and you can't trust these people just because they tell you what they gonna do. Don't mean they go do it. So you got to hold them to the fire. If you mean what you say, do what you mean. But yeah, a couple topics I want to talk about is you got the Durk case going on, the Keefe D case going on, and also want to update some things on the N.Wells situation, the K.Anthony case. Judge just came out and said something about that. So I basically just want to dive into some things. They got Big U locked up. Somebody else is just locked up. It's a couple situations going on, but I just wanted to share my thoughts on some things. Once again, it's Intellect News Network. You with your boy Doug. I want y'all to comment, like, subscribe, share the information. I need y'all to lock in with your boy so I can go live. And it's not about the likes of me. It's just about pushing the information. I try to stay ahead of the curve, push it out there before it happens. So get my view of what I see. Just enlighten minds and connect with great minds. So, if you got something to say, jump in the chat, leave a comment down below, give us some feedback, tell me what you think. But yeah, let's go. So I feel it's a lot of distractions going on. The so-called Iran war also always is a distraction. It's tearing the market up and down. The rich getting paid, but the folks that's trying to play the market and some of us that's just learning the game now, in this investment world, if you don't know what you're doing, stay away. I advise you to probably just buy some shares, buy a share every check, but know what you're investing into, dive into the company. But besides that distraction, of course they threw the Durk Banks trial on you this month and the Keefe D trial for Tupac. But the big issue is why they're not talking about the N.Wells situation. It's still an unsolved case. You had some of his friends come out and speak. I just feel that it's deeper than that right now. I feel that everybody's looking for answers. I don't know what the family got going on, but there was a couple issues with that dating back to the beginning. A lot of people were saying, the things was taking a turn in January earlier this year, and a lot of my people didn't know what was going on with the case. A lot of us didn't hear about the case until it hit the news, until he was guilty. And that's why I'm on here, because we got to read, we got to pay attention, whether it's newspaper articles, they distract you so much, with anthems, gossip, who said what, who they knew. We get lost in that, and that's the problem. So instead of us worrying about our damn selves and trying to figure out how to man, is tangling us up in this web, and we keep falling for the shit. Whether it's getting drunk every day, trying to suppress your problems. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's blowing back, it's your boy. Like, every weekend it's a party. What can I say? I ain't here to judge, but I'm just saying we gotta stay focused in some matter. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stay focused. You know what I'm saying? Discipline is hard, but we gotta stay focused. We gotta know what's going on around us, what's happening in this world, because you can't wake up and the shit crashed. The shit just falling, and you don't want that to be that person. So I feel the N.Wells situation. It all came to a head once that verdict, that gavel hit. So it's sad. What happened was oh, not the gavel, that's the coming out of the case, excuse me. But basically, that's coming out of the case. But N.Wells, what happened with that was the young man drowned, and he was partying with some friends on 4th of July. We all know that story. Crump is over the case now. They brought out the autopsy. There was some strange things found in that, but the parents didn't want us to protest and outrage about it. But I'm just trying to wonder why the government is throwing this entertainment news on you. The Durk case, Keefe D case. Right now, when we haven't even got answers about the situation about these young brothers, that's fighting for their life, and one has lost their life, and we still don't know what's the root cause. So, it's a sad, tragic event. Pray for his family. Sorry that happened to another brother, but Mississippi is crazy because I also talk about these hangings that's going on, and nobody's talking about these hangings. So people are being lynched and hung from trees like we back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So it's been at least 3 cases this month. So I advise you to research on that, because I dive into that a little bit deeper a little later. But yeah, so the brother N.Wells, a couple friends, I think like 2 of the buddies spoke out on the podcast. You had I think it's like 6 of them did interviews. We're starting to see a lot of pop up on the internet. But I think they're trying to create a narrative as usual, because like they said, some of those kids' parents were doctors, judges, and lawyers. So we shouldn't have to do anything with it, but we know the complexion for the protection always has something to do with it. So, I just want to say it's a fucked up situation right now. It's just, that we still don't have no answers. Somebody came back with his phone. The brother left, separated from the friends, decided to go deep on the island, miles out. And the brother didn't make it back, but the friends made it back. I mean, I talk to my children. Everybody ain't your friend. That's one thing. Everybody's definitely not your friend. You call them a friend, but everybody's not your friend. So, use that word wisely. You know what I'm saying? Some people are associates. And some people, through other people that you just can't fuck with. But for that brother to be taking a trip to be enjoying himself and having a time out, and from what we're seeing, it looked like there was a few altercations on that day. It was a couple more boats. There was a lot of people out there enjoying themselves. I don't know if some of those was underage or not, but there was drinking going on, they said, and no telling what else, just party favors. And the young man, somehow what they're sticking with is that he drowned. They don't know what happened. They just found him later, and he was deceased, unalived. We don't know, but like I say, it's a strange time that we going through, because our people just they just feed us with the bullshit so much. Why? What should be mainstream media and headline news is never that with us. So we're going to get the Durk trial. We're going to get what's going on with that, the Quando Rondo, the King Von, and what's going on with Lil Pub, and worry about another motherfucker life. Somebody that's, sad to say, I pray for the brother, but Durk, but I'm from Chicago, but the brother puts himself in these situations time after time. I just want to understand when we get a little money, we get a way out. Why can't we stay out? You know, some shit you just shouldn't be doing to involve yourself in or around. Not to talk about this brother. You know what I'm saying? I don't wish any bad on the brother. I don't want to see anybody in prison behind them chains. It's not a place where none of us should be, you know, and that's where they're going to keep us, you know, because once you get some money, if you don't play that game and you and laying in bed with these folks, we go talk about it. These crackers, you know, you laying in the bed with them, you playing in this industry, they'll make an example out you for real, or you'll get lost. And whether they sit you down or you won't be found. Let's just put it like that. You know what I'm saying? So they, you know, the hands, you know, they're handlers, you know, they got hands on a lot of things. But yeah, you know, if you go for the fame, you're putting your life in somebody else's hands. I see it. So, you know, I gotta be my own man. You know what I'm saying? Money is not everything. You know what I'm saying? Money definitely controls a lot of things and provides a lot of things, but you know, yeah, it's peace, you know, freedom to move around, be who you are and want to be. Some of those things, you know, you gotta give up. But still, like I said, we gotta watch the decisions, you know what I'm saying? So I don't judge that man, but you know, I definitely if I got slapped on the wrist once for some shit just like that, I definitely wouldn't put myself in a position or be involved in some things that I know can basically put me away or, you know, take the joy that I have in my life, take everything, strip it away from me that I work for. So they give you that, they feed it to you. Now we're in the Keefe D trial talking about a Tupac murder. Tupac passed, what, 96, Biggie 98. So those are 20 years ago. Now we want to talk about who killed Tupac. This shit is crazy to me. This shit is crazy to me. All the documentaries, the CIA talking about it, the government, and we end up here talking about Keefe D. This shit just wild. You know, I just feel what they make mainstream media is to keep the lid over our eyes. You know what I'm saying? So we always gotta pay attention to what's going on. You know, underneath the layer, because these folks will bury some shit on you. You know what I'm saying? Some things that's happening. And what they really don't want is why they do this shit most of the times is because they scared of an uproar. They're really scared of us, which is a damn shame. You know what I'm saying? We only worried about black empowerment. We only worried about improvement in our communities. We are about the best for the next person. You know what I'm saying? Next to us, living next to us, our neighbor. We only want to see the culture thrive and us to grow as a race. And we don't look down on anybody else upon their race at all. But when it comes to us, we still living in times to where we are the target or we're the threat. So when it comes to justice and things that's happening to us, it's a damn shame. And it's a shame that the media isn't outraged or bringing this to the attention for the masses. Because one, they feed you the bullshit and it gets your mind off of it. And now you're scrolling. You're worrying about this person's business. You're not worried about the impact that you can have with your voice or what you say on these platforms. You're not worried about being outside, the real outside, and demonstrating, protesting, going to events to where you can contribute, whether it's silently, whether it's your dollar, whether it's a political partner that's trying to approve of something that can fix the agenda or lead to some answers to change the situations that surround you. So we have to get active in a certain type of way. You know, I'm not saying let's go back to, you know, the Black Panther Party or, you know, but it's non-violent or anything. Good brother Malcolm X by any means necessary. I just feel, we have to be active in some way. Or you just need to start by paying attention. It's easy to get distracted. So these cases going on right now, we still got young brothers that's fighting for their lives and people that's losing lives. And like I say, we also have hangings going on. It's a lot of dirt, you know what I'm saying? A lot of dirt. And for you not to hear none of this on mainstream media, I just heard the brother Carlos on Spelling Bee. They got a game show, and he was like, "Black people don't hang themselves. Black people don't hang themselves." And DC made him iterate that and make sure the crowd heard what he said and stop clapping and listen to. We don't hang ourselves. So the young man that was found hung in the park in Georgia last year. I think it was 2 in North Carolina just recently. The one in Mississippi at the end of last year. It's been happening all around us. So it's a damn shame because some things you think you're far removed from, but as we say, from 2019 to 24, we was going through so many black brothers and sisters being murdered by the hands of the law that it was crazy. And you want to talk about police reform. But you got brothers like Jay-Z and Meek that want to go for prison reform. They didn't want to talk about the bigger issues, like our brother Barack Obama. They want to put in laws in place, push their money into the areas to where we can see some things, but you won't talk about prison reform. I get that. The brothers that's wrongfully in prison. Yeah. But what about the police that's wrongfully killing us? All right. Yeah, that's another topic. So we go get into the Carmelo Anthony case. Talk about the brother Carmelo Anthony. There was a young brother that stabbed the guy at a school in high school, and they just tried to grant him another case, and the judge denied giving him a case.
Hello.
What up, brother?
Well, what's up?
What up, King? Yeah, man, you about to fall out?
No, I was up, man.
Hey, man, I was about to talk to you. Did you see about that Carmelo Anthony case? That black brother, the one who stabbed the white boy at school. They tried to give him another trial. Yeah. They denied his trial.
You talking about the one where they found him? Damn, no, it been so much stuff.
Right. They found him guilty. Yeah, they found him guilty of like 35 years, and they tried to give him another trial. 50 of them tried to get him a new lawyer and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they tried to get him another trial. They just denied the trial. They just denied the motion to grant him a new trial yesterday.
Damn. No.
Yeah, it's wild, bro.
How old he is?
Yeah, King. I think the brother 18 or 19. Like 18 or 19.
I know they charged him as an adult.
Oh, for sure.
Damn.
For sure. Yeah, so basically, how it's looking right now, he got to serve the time. That's what it's looking like. Yeah, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, the father was coming out. Yeah, the father was coming out going crazy when he killed him. The father was talking all type of shit on him, going live, talking about you know what I'm saying, how he don't deserve no justice. And they basically should, he deserved what he got. You know what I'm saying? First he talking about, you know what I'm saying, he cared about the situation and he didn't want the worst to happen to him. But what your boy Charleston White said, he said the white boy talk to the family and trying to basically like see what's going on with the family, like what they can do. You know what I'm saying? He wanted to basically give his support on both sides. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't have no hatred in his heart. But kind of find out, they say the family like just spit in his face and told him, like, you know what I'm saying, we don't want shit to do with you. We don't want shit to do with you. And basically that's when he ended up turning and really showing his whole race card, you know what I'm saying, showing who he really is. And shit, it was yeah, buddy.
Damn, niggers.
But yeah, man, buddy, it's looking bad. They spent the money. So what happened was they supposed to bring some new evidence, and try to get a new trial, but they put a new judge on there and everything, and they ain't granted. So I don't know as well, because a lot of people supposed to donate money to his legal defense team. But it's not looking good. It's not looking good for the young brother. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
They still ain't found out what happened with that N.Wells situation with him and Ben Crump.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the last thing I heard about. And Ben Crump, every other star. Hold on, 1 minute, man. I just turned channel 2 Action News on, man.
Oh, what you looking at Dolly Parton now? You looking at Dolly Parton?
No, it was somebody to my reality star had got locked up. So female, but it went off as soon as I turned. Bro, man, these niggas is pissing me off about these damn flock cameras, man. They got every day. They talk about them flock cameras. Something got to be going on.
No, that's true. It's crazy that you brought that up. That's another topic. It's crazy that you brought that up. They got them out here in Ohio too, Columbus. They got them like at Kroger's. They got them in random parking lots. And basically, like they say, they watching. It's ICE really watching, you know what I'm saying, the foreigners. They really, this how they tracking them, and they secretly watching them on camera.